Hello friends, welcome back to TypeScript tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about arrays and tuples in TypeScript. Means how we can declare array or tuples and what are the different ways to declare variable with the TypeScript concept. Okay. So first things, how to declare an array. Okay. So here I just going to create suppose number type array. Okay. So here write nums. Okay, and I want to declare, I want to make the type will be the number. So here only we can store number type of variable 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the variables we can store in the number type. So let's console dot log and print nums. So here you can see we are getting the array data. So array data means in a single variable we can store multiple type of data, multiple data. Okay, so it's actually the array. Okay, another way, suppose I just going to write here something text, so that time it's actually showing error. So what is the error? Type string is not assignable to the type number. Why? Because we defined that as a number. Okay, another way you can declare any array. So simply let's create another way. So let declare suppose names. Okay, and here I just defining these things as an array, and here you can write in this way. This will be the type is string type. Okay, and here you can add the value like John, then Don, then anything. Okay, Jack. So we'll get the names array, and all the things will be as a string type. Okay. Now if I just add any others, suppose 4, 5, 6. So this is not acceptable as it's a number type. Okay. So you can understand how we can define the types. So here we can the types defining. Here these are the number types, these are string types, and the way. So we can define as a number, and then we can use two the braces. So to define the array, we can use these two braces. And another way, simply we can write the array. This is the keyword. Using the keyword, we can define array, and we are adding the type. Okay, so this is the string type. So we can define in two ways. Another things, suppose let's create an array of objects. So this is another type of things. Suppose here write I just going to add some products, and let's say there have some title of the product or name of the product, or you can say there is some pricing. Okay, so we are just going to declare the product as an object, and then we can define into the array. So I just going to declare a custom types. Okay, so here I just defining the types. So here we can see the number is a type, string is a type. Here I just going to create a custom. So simply write product. This is the type. Okay, this is the concept of why we actually the TypeScript powerful and why we use this. Okay, so here I just defining an object. The type will be the product, and I am declaring the name. So first things, there will be name, and that will be the string. And here another things, let's say the price will be the number. Okay, so this is the type. Now I just going to add some products into array. Okay, so let's say right here products, this is the products array. Okay, products array, this is the variable name, and here the type will be the product type. Okay, so here you need to define the type, right? But instead of type, the type will be product, and we are declaring this as an array. And here we can store multiple arrays, And uh, here we just need to these things, we just need to add inside array. We can have multiple types of objects, okay, multiple types of things. There are multiple objects in a single array, so that's the reason it's actually calling the array of object. So first we have things, that is the name and price. So simply just write here name. Suppose the product name is pen, and we can declare the price, and price will be suppose 10, and just copy these things, and let's add different product here. Okay, so here write pen, you can write pencil, then you can write here 5, or then another thing, suppose like 15, just 14, okay, no problem, and here write notebook. Okay, so let's console these things, let's see whether we can access or not. Console.log, and just write products. So refresh this, we are getting the three things, that is the array of object. There are three objects, and all the objects storing into the array. So we know how to define the array of object, also how we can custom define the type. Okay, so not only the specific type that is predefined by the TypeScript, we can create our custom types also. So this is the product type, and all the product will be in this format. Means suppose I just going to write, I just going to store some things here, anything. Okay, so this actually the error. The expected types comes from the property price, which is declared here on the product. Type string is not assignable to the type number. Okay, so that means is treating as a number, and here we need to provide these things, and which actually the prototype which actually defined here, the price which is declared here in the product, and this is actually the number. The property is actually number, so we can store only the number only. So simply write in this way. So how intelligent TypeScript is, means internally actually when we just typing these things, and the TypeScript compiler is compiling and can understand what is the error or what may be the error. Okay, so for that reason we can solve many problems, means we can write error free code, and another things, the code structure should be the good, means code structure will be the good, means junk data cannot be insert, or wrong type of things cannot be insert. Okay, so always we have a data type, always we have a protocol, we need to maintain that protocol in the TypeScript. So code will be the clean and good structure. Okay, now suppose I need to add some types of things, means I need to use the array with union types. Means what is these things? So you can store multiple types in a single array using union types. Okay, so let's see what is this. Suppose I just going to create another variable. Let's mix type of variable. So here we can add mix type of data things. Suppose in this way, let's say string and pipe and the number. Okay, not pipe actually, string and number. Okay, so we can add any kind of string or any kind of number into the array. Okay, so let's define as array. Now here write in this way. So simply I just add it in this way, means write jack, then you can write 20, then also you can add another number, suppose 50, then you can write rows. Okay, so you can write, means any, this is the mixed type of data, but the things is only the string and number. Okay, the mixing value will be based on the string and number, not other type of things. Okay, so you just go here console.log and use mixed. Okay, so we'll get the output. So we are getting the output, so no problem. Okay, so actually we can means we are just supporting in the mixed, only the string and number can be supported. Okay, so if you remove that things, that you can understand the number is not accepting. Okay, So this is a mixed kind of thing. So if you want, you can do. Okay, actually this is also a mixed kind of things, but I defined the mixed kind of things also. We have the first things is name, and the second value will be the price, and we define the name is always will be the string type, and price is number. So we are strictly defining. Okay, so here mixed means there is some things, means either string or either number, whatever we want we can use. Okay, now another things. So let's take this example. Or I am creating another example. Suppose let add some data like fruits. Okay, and I define the fruits will be the string, means I want to insert the fruit name. Okay, so here write in this way: apple, banana. Okay, now if I just going to console these things, simple, we can understand, we can assume the apple and banana will be the output. Okay, no problem. The thing is TypeScript also checking if you want to insert some data also, means suppose here write the fruits dot push. So using dot push we can insert any data, any into the array. So here I just going to write another thing. Suppose I just going to write orange. No problem, it will work, it's not getting any error. But here I just going to write another things. So fruits dot push, I want to insert another things. Let's say 10. Okay, so it's showing the error. The argument of the type number is assignable to the parameter of type string. So this should be the string. Actually, here we are using these things. Okay, so always the fruits value will be, all the value will be the string type. So if you use the mixed things here, so instead of these things, there will be no problem, it will accept. But we are defining these things as a string, so it's not accepting. So you can understand, we are not executing the code, we are actually declaring, and the another place we are just going to push some data. That time also it's checking and can understand what is the wrong, means it can compile. So this is all about the array. I already said we will discuss about the arrays and tuples. So what are the tuples? The tuple is a mixed length array. Here we don't specify what is the length. So tuple is some things, it is a fixed length array where each element has a specific type and position. Okay, so let's discuss. Suppose I just going to create a tuple. Suppose here write user, and I defining that is a string and as a number. Okay, so let's cut, undo, 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 undo. Okay, so here we are defining the same things. So let's delete, and let's delete, and I just going to comment it out these things so that you can understand the define. Okay, so what is the difference, you can understand. So now I just using as tuples. So for array I declare as a string and number into the array, means the array should be the value which actually contains string and number. But here inside the tuple we just declaring inside these brackets, and we are defining the string and number. So let's define the value. Suppose here write Jack, and number something, suppose 25. Okay, so this will work. But here if I just write another things, suppose Jill, that will throw error. Why? Here you can see the type string number string, that is the string number string. Okay, is not assignable to type string and number. So how interesting this. So I just going to assign the string number string into the string number. Source has 3 elements, but target allows only 2. So inside the tuples, we always specify the fixed length. Okay. So here only we will accept the two things. Only will accept two things. Also, I define that is a string and a number. So we'll accept only string and number, not the string again. Okay. So it's actually getting error. So you can understand what is the difference between the string and number. And simply, if you want to get the output, console.log, and let's use user. Okay, so if you check, you will get Jack and 25. And always we are displaying the full array. Suppose I want to print the Jack, you can understand the first thing is index 0 and 1. So if you want to print the Jack, then it will be the 0. If you want to print the 25, that is the 1. So in this way actually array progress, the first value will be the index is 0 by default, and then it's the 1, then if there is another, then 2 3 in this way. Okay, so you can understand the difference. Now I just going to add some things. Suppose we have a tuple and there is string and number. Suppose we don't have a number, then it's showing the error. That time we can make our tuple value as an optional. How? Simple. Just use a question mark. Then you can understand it's actually became the optional. If you add, no problem, you can add. Suppose write 45, you can add. And if you don't add, then it will not throw any error. It will become the optional. Okay, so we can make optional value. Okay, another things we can define. This is the interesting things. Okay, suppose I want to add the tuples with labels for readability. How we can do? So here I just going to remove that things, and now I just going to say that is the x. I just taking as a variable x, and here y. So the x value is Jack and y value is 45. So there will be no problem. So simply if you use that, you can use that. Okay, actually this is for a cleaner text. Suppose there is strings, there is number, and there are lots of things may have. But here if you write in this way, sometimes for large tuples or array, if you define in this way, that will be the more readable format. So in this way we can write. So it's not much uses. Okay, there is a phase functionality. So I just showing you. Okay. Now the interesting things we are going to start here. The tuples in a functions return types. Okay, means I will define a functions which actually return tuple. So simply let's here user is string and number. Here I will define a function. Suppose let's create a function and suppose get user. This is my function. And here I defining first value will be the name, means string type, and second will be the number type. Okay, so I am closing these things, and let's create the functions. So here I just going to return here first parameter as a Jack, and second is suppose 30. Okay, so what is the error? Actually the string colon number is not actually string and number, two parameters, string and number. So now if I want to use that things, suppose I just want to get only the name from these functions. So how can I do? So simply write constant, and I just going to get the name. Okay, so first things I want to get the first things. So simply write name, and here just call the get user, and also if I just want to get the age, so simply write age get user. So let's call console.log and just going to access this thing's name. So simply refresh, we are getting Jack. Now if I want to access these things, suppose let's use the age, we can get the age. Simple, we can do. Suppose I want to get only the name. So the first parameter, I don't need the second parameter. So simply just refresh, we are getting the Jack. So we are getting the string value from here. Okay. So this is the things we can say the tuple in a function's return type. So based on that that things we will going to return. As the first thing is string and second thing is number type. So we can return in this way. But why this showing error? Actually, it's not error. Cannot redeclare block scoped variable name. Name was also declared here. Okay. Why this error? Okay, no problem. So this is the things about array and tuples. Now in the ECMAScript, we know about the rest parameters. Okay, so what is the rest parameter? I already discussed in our ECMAScript series. So if you don't know how and what are the ECMAScript new concepts, what are the ECMAScript things, you can check my playlist. I will provide the link in the description sections. Now here I will just going to check. So let and here write some things log. Okay, and here first things will be the string. I don't know what will be the next parameter or anything may happen, but there will be the number array. Okay, and here we can write in this way. So first this is the string, so here write edit. So logging. Okay, and there can have multiple types of things. Okay, but at the end there will be always a number. So you say this is the number type. So if you console, so you can see there is a data. So what you learn here, I said the tuples always a fixed length we specify, but with the power of ECMAScript and both TypeScript, we can change the tuple concept into here. Means we can define multiple things or n number of things into the tuples also. So we even don't know actually if I remove that things, still it will work. Okay, but the thing is that will be the number type of things. At the last there will be number type of things. So if you write here some things Jack, so there will be error. Actually you can see the string number and the string is not assignable to the string number. Okay, the type at positions 1 through 4 in source is not compatible with the type at position 1 in target. So string is not assignable to the type number. So here I just said that will be the number. So that's the reason it's actually showing the error. So if you write in this way, the last value will be the string. So then that is okay. Okay. So you can understand I try to cover what are the different way of declaration and what are the things in arrays and tuples. So you can understand what is these things, and still if you have any queries, please comment in below comment sections. So mostly I covered all the things related to tuples and errors. Okay, so we'll see in our next video where I will discuss more about the objects concept in TypeScript. Okay, so please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video.